Hi, I'm back. So it's Bob, and it's still Monday the 30th, and the Word is found, and we're continuing on here. Today's a very special day because I want to say this again, and I appreciate my family. I appreciate my family. I appreciate Mama riding me like a little pony. You know, she keeps me in line, baby. I tell you, and. I'm a filthy, rotten sinner. I'm just gonna, the rest of my life, every time I talk to somebody, I think I'm gonna say I'm a filthy, rotten sinner. I'm a bad hombre. I got a lot of flaws and foibles, but I got another thing. I got Jesus, and I'm found in Jesus. I'm found in the shield of God. I'm under the feathers of the Almighty. The wings of God surround me, and they protect my family. And I'm praying for that. I want you to agree with me today that God would protect my family. And the hysteria and the nightmare that surround the moniker that the government stamped on me. I mean, when I was a kid in the 70s, we were worried about, 666, the mark of the beast, the devil. And it was because they were going to put scan bars on everything. They were going to have everything be on a scanner. And we saw it coming that we're going to put little chips in our forehead, and they were going to scan us. And we were all freaked out about that. The mark of the beast, the mark of the beast. And it was like, we'd been through Vietnam. They shot Jack, Bobby, Martin. I mean, three world leaders that were shot within a few years right there in the 60s. We started off the 60s with Camelot, and we ended with a hellacious, even the Beatles went from, I want to hold your hand. Everybody just went, Manson went on a killing spree. I mean, it was really a crazy, crazy time. So it made sense that people were like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. The end of the world, here he comes, Jesus is coming now. I'm law-abiding. We talked about that last hour. Surrounded by family. I'm surrounded by my family. Are you surrounded by family, or are you a loner? Are you someone who they describe as a loner? You don't talk to people. You go in. You got your cup of coffee. Ice water. Got your cup of coffee. Keep your head down. You're resistant to any kind of interaction. You're a freak. You're a weirdo. That's not me. I may be a freak and a weirdo, but I'm a happy one. And I'm a person who's with family. Or are you a person that's got an ankle bracelet? You're a loner, by yourself. Don't tell me what I know. Remember that lady? I mean, I am not a child. People start talking like that. It's like gross. It's like, remember that whole thing? It's like rubbish. I'm not a child. Don't tell me. They're on the wrong path to perdition. I'll tell you. That's the wrong way to be thinking. That stinking thinking. Remember Alex Smalley on SNL? That stinking thinking. Yeah, it really is stinking thinking. It's bad. I am not a child. I know. What the hell is that? That's just like stupid. That is from the pit of hell. I mean, anybody that's going to pride. That's going to where you don't want to be told nothing by nobody because you're an adult and you know better, and don't tell me. I'm not good. Okay, don't have an ankle bracelet, that's good. Not a felon. People who commit felonies, people who commit crimes of a felonious nature are known as felons. I'm not a felon. On parole, people who've been in jail for years, well over a year and up to many years, could be 30 years, they're on parole. They got a parole officer, they got people looking. That's not me. Probation. yes, through this 8 years, I was on probation, and I have a letter to prove it. And my probation officer, Mr. Johnson, said that I handled a little hiccup in life, just a little hiccup in life. Well, I'm still hiccuping. Remember that girl on TV with Today's Show many years ago? She was like, she'd hiccup for like 2 years, and that's what it feels like. It's an endless hiccup. It's an endless. And even though my probation officer thought that I was awesome, he didn't understand. My own family doesn't understand what it is to be me, and how there's a constant loathing and hate and suspicion and creepy looks, and people just, it's horrible, it's hellish, it's a nightmare to be who I am, and yet to have this, tomorrow's Halloween, by the way, very appropriate, to have someone stick a mask on my face and put blood on my hands, and to put garbage and rubbish and waste all over me as I stand there trying to serve. It's wrong. It's WRONG, wrong. The government's registration program, okay, all right, we got it. They want to have this program, but it somehow has been drummed into us that it's supposed to be an announcement of danger and terror. Look out! And I think that we need to understand when it comes to our family that we're not looking for some wolf dressed in sheep's clothes. We're not looking for. We need to just be aware all the time of everybody. I think we're so busy looking for the boogie monster that we forget that we just need to be careful all the time, always looking about, always ready to go, always be on watch. Jesus said to be as wise as a serpent and as innocent as a dove. Recidivism. That means you repeat the same thing over and over again. I don't have a recidivism in my family, in my life. The mistakes that I've made and the things that I've been accused of and the challenges that I've had as a sinner, there's one thing for sure. I would say that it's a different thing to. It's a different thing to trying to help that motorcycle guy there. It's a different thing to be someone who's a sinner, who makes mistakes, who does something wrong. And Gilly, remember SNL's Gilly? Sorry. She'd stab the guy. Is that a knife, Gilly? Are you going to stab me in the arm with that sharp knife, Gilly? Yeah. Sorry. Sorry. Gilly, I have a Band-Aid on my arm. Please be careful. Is that a sharp knife you have again? You're going to stab my other arm? Are you going to do it again? Yeah. Sorry. That's recidivism. That's doing stupid things repeatedly, always, over and over and over. We don't have that. A predator. Now, a predator is someone who seeks out to devour other people in some way, to take their money, take their possessions. The Ten Commandments talk about that. Thou shalt not covet. A predator is out there to get something. Harvey Weinstein, a famous predator. Bill Cosby, famous predator. Famous for going out and just devouring the flesh of people around them. They didn't care about the daughters. They didn't care. We talked about this last hour, that I one time was tempted to go to this men's gentleman's club. It's a gentleman's club. I'm just a gentleman. They make it seem real nice. It's a nudie bar, and it's a bad place. It's a place where women degrade themselves and make themselves into just meat. And it's horrible. And I remember telling my therapist, Paul Clement, that it just made me so sad. And so the predator, same thing. Kevin Spacey, I think is his name, he confessed today that he was drunk and he didn't remember doing it, but he'd made an advance or a proposition to a young man that came to his house, and he just was horrified, to hear back from this kid, and just real sorry. And he said he was apologizing, but that wasn't recidivism. That was a one-time thing that apparently has never happened again. But he immediately apologized, and it wasn't like Weinstein. Well, we all make mistakes. Give me another chance. No, that guy's a whole different beast, whole different creature. So it's. Okay, so predator. So I'm not a predator. I've got a lot of sins, but that's not one of them. And so we're found today. I'm found on this 30th day of October 2017. I found myself having to constantly, Maryland. Wow, how about that? Nice license plate they have. I'm finding myself in a position where I'm just tired. I'm worn out. I don't want to keep having to explain the horror of my situation. It's just, I can see why people just say, you know what, I'm so done. I'm so done. I'm so done. I'm just, take me home, Jesus. Take me home. I can see that. I understand those feelings that people have, and yet the Lord is good, and the Lord knows what is happening in my life and my family's life, and the Lord knows that we have done everything correctly. There's no harm in our family. There's no parole. There's no repetition, there's no violence, there's no drinking, there's no nothing. We have a very good family, we have a lovely family, and everybody's happy, and we just want to be left alone. And it's just like, there's people who win the millions, or the people that are, they just want to have some time just to be. They just want to be. They don't want to have to deal with all of the nightmarish, outlandish, crazy fears. People want to be heroes. People want to be superior. People want to, I'll show you. I know. I am not a... And so they decide to put on their capes, put on their mask, put on their Spider-Man shoes, and shoot their little webs out to see if they can be a hero. I was talking to a brother yesterday, and he said that at his church, he regularly hears women who, well, we checked him out. He's okay. All right. And they get people's name. What's your last name? A little slower. I got to write this down. I mean, people are just out there just matzahizing the whole menagerie, just looking for. And so what if they did find something? Does that really necessarily indicate, well, past behavior is an indicator of future behavior? Sometimes it is. I accepted Jesus Christ as my Savior June 18th, 1971, I believe it was. And, so I'm still following Jesus. So in that case, yeah. But it isn't an all for sure thing, Back in 1975, I was playing football. I was rough and tumble on the varsity football team. Am I playing football today? No. In college, I was the expert on badminton. Am I playing badminton today? No. When I was a kid, I used to eat a gallon of ice cream in one swoop. Am I eating gallons of ice cream today? No. I mean, past behavior is not a guarantee of future actions. It isn't. And it's just all there is to it. There is no correlation. I can't say no correlation. Sometimes there is. I mean, I've always been a peppy guy. In high school, I was voted as most spirited. All right. That was my cheer. All right. I remember I used to say that all the time. It was cool, I was like, go Scots, get them, So we're out of time. The director's telling me out of time again. I'm going to go for 3 today. I'm just wanting to pour my heart out as a filthy, rotten sinner, and just expose to you the fact that I don't know. And to confess to you, I am a child. I'm a child of God. I'm a child of God. I'm a child of God. Amen, amen, amen. Give me a call, would you? 213-713-8954, 8954 green at att.net. On the Twitter, Mr. Bob, Bob8954. And of course, you're watching Bob's Daily Diva here on YouTube, where I am the man who's talking to you. Bye.